At exactly 2:17 a.m., every security camera in the building froze for 1 minute. When they came back online, one apartment no longer had a resident. No alarms went off, no doors opened, no elevators moved. The front entrance remained locked. Yet apartment 814 was empty. The bed was still warm. A cup of coffee sat untouched on the kitchen counter. The television continued playing. The resident's wallet, phone, passport, and keys were all still inside. It looked less like someone had left, and more like they had been erased. Police searched the entire building. No fingerprints, no blood, no signs of forced entry. The only clue came from the security cameras. Every camera had frozen at exactly 2:17 a.m. In the final frame before the blackout, investigators noticed the same strange detail: a motionless silhouette, standing at the end of a hallway, too dark to identify. The image was dismissed as a camera glitch. Then it happened again. A month later. Different city, different apartment building. Again, one resident vanished. Again, every camera froze for exactly 1 minute. Again, the same silhouette appeared. As more cases surfaced, people online compared the footage. Something impossible stood out. The figure appeared in places where it couldn't have been. A parking garage, an emergency staircase, a dead-end hallway, different buildings, different countries, the same silent figure, always watching. Authorities denied any connection between the disappearances, and the stories slowly vanished from the news. Years later, a data analyst gathered every leaked security image from the cases. Over 70 buildings, 23 countries, 10 years. After correcting the camera angles and measuring the figure's position, he found a terrifying pattern. The figure was getting closer. Every new incident placed it slightly nearer to the camera, not enough for anyone to notice, until he graphed the results. He posted only one sentence: "If the pattern continues, the next image won't show a silhouette." The post went viral. Months passed. Nothing happened. People forgot. Then, 8 months later, a luxury apartment complex experienced a routine network outage. No one disappeared. A maintenance technician reviewed the footage anyway. His smile disappeared. The figure was no longer standing at the end of the hallway. It filled almost the entire screen. Its face wasn't blurred. It wasn't distorted. It looked completely normal. Except, it had no expression. Then he noticed something worse. It wasn't looking into the camera. It was looking just to the left of it, as if someone was standing beside whoever watched the recording. He turned around. The room was empty. A moment later, the speakers crackled. Every monitor flashed. The timestamp read 2:17 a.m. But it was the middle of the afternoon. Without anyone pressing play, the frozen image began changing. Frame by frame, the figure took one step forward, then another, until its face filled the screen. The technician pulled the power cable. Every monitor went black. He sighed in relief. Then they all turned back on. This time, they weren't showing the hallway. They were showing the security room, live. He saw himself standing in front of the monitors, frozen. Behind him, someone stood perfectly still. The next morning, the security room was empty. The technician was never seen again. Investigators reviewed the final recording. The familiar figure was still there. But now, there were two motionless faces staring toward the camera.